Hi. I've been sitting here thinking about what are some good tips to share with you on things that you could use tapping on. Ways to calm your nervous system, ways to make your life better. And I started thinking about tapping and parenting. There's no stress in parenting, right? Any of you who have children know that there can be stress from the beginning of thinking about having a baby all the way up to grown children. And so I just started thinking about, some of the clients that I've worked with over the years and some of the tapping issues we've worked with. The door's open and papers are flying by. But one of the first thing that popped up was stress of infertility. And when people are trying to get pregnant and how stressful that is. And I just read something about how the stress hormone cortisol, actually disrupts the signaling between, where did I write this? Between the brain and the ovaries. No kidding. And 1 hour of tapping can decrease the stress hormone, cortisol, by 43%. So that couldn't hurt. Also, there's stress and depression of miscarriage. There's postpartum depression. There is birth traumas, C-sections. I had 2 C-sections, so I know how stressful that can be. I remember telling my ex-husband that I wasn't a true mom because I couldn't give birth naturally. And he said one of the smartest things he's ever said, that in the old days when people needed a C-section, either the babies and or the mom died. So I really appreciated him saying that because both of my girls were healthy and happy, and in spite of the C-section. And, any of the other physical or emotional distress that you may have experienced around getting pregnant, having a baby, the parenting stress of having a new baby and you're sleep deprived and you're up all night and trying to take care of the baby. And, tapping can be really helpful during times like that. Even though you might be too tired to even want to tap, it's amazing what a little bit of tapping and calming your nervous system can do to help you feel a lot better. Toddlers, dealing with toddlers, and they're on the go constantly. You're constantly running after them, picking up, cleaning up, moving things. You're on the run constantly. Causes a little stress. And then there's preschool. That's a whole nother can of worms that can cause stress. And tweens. I didn't even have the term tweens when I was a tween. Or my kids were tweens. We didn't even talk about that back then. Teenagers, that's always something that the world talks about, how stressful having teenagers are. Mine were pretty good, but still, there's some stress involved and things that they're doing at school and the kids that are harassing them and bullying them and et cetera, et cetera. And then there's always the feelings that you have when they grow up and they move out on their own and they start having their own families, and you start having disagreements with the way they're raising their kids, and you want to say something but you don't want to say something, or if you do say something and it causes a trigger, And so there's so many things as a parent that tapping can be really, really beneficial for. And also, as an inner child advocate, I really love to help people to use tapping to help reparent themselves. Because very often, as you're having children and raising children, you're getting triggered by things that we think it's our kids triggering us, but it's really the triggers that are buried inside of us that are getting triggered. And so by doing reparenting work, we can help neutralize those traumatic triggers that are inside of us and make our life go a lot smoother. So if you're interested in any of the things that I've mentioned and more, please reach out and ask, because I'm going to take a wild guess that tapping could be really helpful. Thanks so much.